will you marry me? Sometimes I imagine that the universe keeps a record of us, not in stars or constellations, but in quieter places. The space between two people who once understood each other without translation. I imagine our moments folded carefully into time, like letters never meant to be sent, but too precious to destroy. Do you remember how easy it was to be ourselves together? How silence never felt like absence, but like rest. How even doing nothing felt like something worth remembering. I miss that ease. I miss how life softened around you as if the world itself lowered its voice out of respect. You had a way of making ordinary hours feel intentional. Morning coffee tasted more honest. Evenings felt less lonely. Time didn't rush us. It sat down beside us and listened. I miss the way you looked at me when you thought I wasn't paying attention. There was a gentleness in your eyes that never asked for anything, never demanded proof, never kept score. That look told me without words that I was enough simply by being there. Your presence was reassurance without explanation, love without conditions. I miss how you existed in my life like a steady pulse, not overwhelming, not consuming, just constant. You didn't try to save me. You didn't try to fix me. You simply stood beside me while I learned how to stand on my own. That is a rare kind of love. The kind that doesn't cage, doesn't cling, doesn't ask to be worshipped. The kind that says, I am here, and means it. Even now, there are moments when something reminds me of you, a certain shade of evening, light, a song that knows too much the way the air feels just before it rains. In those moments, my heart reacts before my mind does. It pauses, it remembers, not painfully but truthfully, because loving you was not a wound, it was a becoming. I became braver with you, kinder, more patient with the slow unfolding of life. You taught me that love does not need to rush to prove itself. It just needs to be real. I miss the way you laughed, not just the sound, but the way it lived in your body, the way your shoulders lifted, the way your eyes narrowed, the way joy seemed to surprise even you. That laughter is still one of my favorite sounds in the world. Sometimes I wonder if you still laugh the same way, if the world has been gentle with you, if you've found moments that feel like safety. I hope you have, even if those moments no longer include me, because loving you never taught me how to be bitter. It taught me how to wish well. I miss the quiet promises we never spoke aloud because they didn't need language. They lived in gestures, in patience, in the way we showed up without being asked. Those promises still exist somewhere beyond time, untouched by distance. You are the love of my life, not because you stayed forever, but because you changed forever how I understand love. After you, I no longer believe love must hurt to be real. I no longer believe intensity equals truth. I believe in gentleness. I believe in steadiness. I believe in choosing each other even in the smallest ways. I miss you not in the small way people miss forgotten things, not like a coat left on the back of a chair or a song that fades when the radio sighs into silence. I miss you the way the earth misses rain when the sky has learned the cruelty of distance. I miss your smile, not that quiet sunrise you carried in your face, the one that arrived without warning and rearranged the furniture of my heart. It was never loud, never asking to be noticed, yet it rewrote entire rooms inside me. When you smiled, even time leaned in closer as if it didn't want to miss a thing. Your warmth, how do I explain it without reducing it to metaphor? It wasn't only in your hands or the way your presence softened the air. It lived in how you listened, how your silence never felt empty, how even your absence somehow remembered me. You warmed me in places I didn't know were cold. You touched corners of my soul I had locked and labeled do not enter, and still you walked in gently as though you had always belonged there. Your voice, oh, your melodious voice, it did not merely speak, it arrived. It carried stories in its pauses, music in its breathing, truth in its tremble. Sometimes it sounded like laughter, learning how to fly. Sometimes it sounded like dusk, soft and forgiving, telling the day it had done enough. When you said my name, it felt less like a word and more like a home. I missed the way your voice could calm the storm without ever naming it, how a single sentence from you could steady my hands, could remind my heart how to beat without fear. You are not just someone I loved, you are the language my heart learned to speak fluently. Every feeling I now understand traces itself back to you. I have searched for you in crowded rooms, in passing faces, in the echo left behind by laughter. I have mistaken strangers for the shape of you and felt foolish yet hopeful every single time.